Okay, you have to bear with me for a moment. I'm just setting up the live stream, so the head tracking is going to throw me all over the place. Oh, there's something flying past. There's a Tomcat racing over the top of Nellis, followed by two F5s by the look of it. Anyway, won't be long. I'm just going to get the live stream sorted out properly, then I can monitor it, and then we'll get on with starting up the F-14. Content. Live. It's fairly quiet, isn't it? Well, there's nobody around. Then view my channel. Pull up the monitor for the live stream. So I have no idea how well this is going to work. Does the screen look fairly sharp to you guys? I'm just going to refresh my view here. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Oh, there's something else flying past apparently. I can hear it in the distance somewhere. Oh, it's over that way. Yeah, it's those planes that just took or just flew over. There's a couple of F5s and an F-14 out there. Okay, we got some F-18s that way, and this way we've got another F-14, and there's a whole load of stuff parked up at Nellis. So we'll see some of it on the way around the airfield, I guess. All I'm going to do, this is really the first time I've ever tried the Tobii Eye Tracker with DCS. It's the first time I've been in DCS for a very long time. So hopefully it's not going to go too badly. So we need to go and hit the oxygen switch down here and connect the ground power to the aircraft. Power and air, so we'll go for air first.
Connect ground air supply. Copy. Ground air supply is now connected. Chief, turn on the ground power. Copy. Ground power is now on.
Okay, then we tell the Rio to go through his procedures. So I've got some buttons on my stream deck that
com check.
We have to do the com check with him, which is here.
Roger.
Yeah, so I've got some shortcuts on the stream deck to help me do those combinations.
You haven't armed your ejection seat, buddy.
Yep, I'm about to do that.
Closing canopy. Check.
So
Ready to start.
okay, so com check's done, ejection seat is done, we've closed the canopy, we're now going to go and crank the engines. So we crank the right engine first, and we look down here, and you'll see the RPM increasing as the air spins the motor. Okay, so we should be able to now advance the and we got one of the engines starting. Obviously we can see the Rio in the back there is doing his work. So we'll wait for the engine to come up to 70%. So it's easing its way up. The crank switch has already gone actually, that's good. So we can start on the other one. So we're just watching it increase. Okay, so we should be able to then advance the left engine throttle. Okay, stability augmentation system is down here. pitch, roll and yaw. Power up the screens, the VDI H, or the HUD and the... So they're here, VDI, HUD and HSD. We go and switch the mode on this to TID, which will go us, or TID, which will, once the Rio catches up with us, this will come on and will show a chevron that will move across, and it will take about 7 minutes, hopefully. So while we're waiting for that, yeah, here we go, he's just switched it on, look. So you will see, as he starts configuring things, he'll be start keying in numbers, you'll hear it happening and see the numbers appearing. Yeah, this marker will move across as the inertial guidance system aligns itself, and without that the HUD and everything won't know which way up we are reliably. So we have to wait for that. Uncage the backup attitude indicator, so that's over here. So we just click on the knob and it moves the cage out of the way. We uncage the radar altimeter, so that's over here. So we just need to spin. Oh no, that's not it. This is it. There we go. And move that round to the height we want it at, which is good. Initialize the wing sweep. So that's down here. It's already open. So we advance this to 68 degrees. It's really hard to see. This is 66, I guess. So we move it to here. So this is to get the wings out of the stow position. So we have to wait for 10 seconds apparently. But I think they've already moved, to be honest. And then you move them all the way forwards to 20, so it will, you can see the wings moving. And then we should be able to lock that down and close the lid on the wing sweep mechanism, and then we go in and reset the master for the automatic wing sweep. I've got a button here as well to put wing sweep on auto. Switch on the lights, so they're down here. So we want the wing, tail, and that's enough. So radio UHF we want on both, which is here. TACAN we want on there. TR. Remove ground power. So ground power.
Chief, turn off the ground power.
So we won't hear them this time because we just see it at the top left there, and
Chief, disconnect ground air supply.
because that would be hand signals through the cockpit. Okay, so we just need to wait for this to come across. So while we're waiting for that, I can go back to the live stream. This is how a real Tomcat F-14A is. It's 1960s technology. It's not a glass cockpit fighter plane at all. We can put the mirrors on so we can actually see ourselves. There we are. Hello. So you can choose whether to render the mirrors or not, because obviously they have an impact on frame rate. If we have a look at it from outside, we can go and see the exact Tomcat that we're flying today. So engines are running. We haven't removed the shocks yet. We're still waiting for the inertial navigation system to align. It's about halfway. So it's going to be a couple of minutes. So we just hit on idle while we're waiting for it. This is why you have a crew. They would have done all this ready for the pilots normally. But we've got it in cold and dark just to show you that. So everything works. This is study level. So you've got your indicated airspeed over here. Notice as soon as you get beyond about 200 knots, it goes into it becomes a Mach meter essentially. So you've got Mach 1, but it rotates round. You'll see that happening when we're in flight. So you've got altimeter here. We've got indication of the wing condition with flaps and slats. So if we try that out, we can go and move the surfaces. So if I waggle the ailerons, it doesn't actually have traditional ailerons. It has spoilers on top of the wing that deflect the wing downwards. So we've got the huge, great slab elevators there and the rudders. It's a massive, massive aeroplane. So I think the back of the F-14 they call the tennis court because it is that big. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So we're just waiting for this. It's nearly there. It's getting there, look. So yeah, we've done the stability augmentation system. We're not going to be messing around with autopilot. We're just going to go for a fly basically and then bring it back in. This is the parking brake here. Landing gear lever. It's pretty obvious. It's just very mechanical. You can sit in the back as well. So if we go and sit in the back, you can see that's the Rio. The seat. Everything works in here as well. It's mad, isn't it? So yeah, this whole radar system is as per the real thing. Go back into the front. So it's interesting, isn't it? Look at some of the wiring. A little bit rudimentary in places. So you've got canopy jettisons levers there. You've obviously got the stick here with the gun selectors and various switches. You've got the eject pulley between your legs. Okay, that switch was, we're ready to go. So we need to remove the parking brake, which will pull the chocks away automatically, and we can I thought it would. Okay, how do we get rid of the chocks? Oh, we have to go into the it doesn't pull it out automatically. So F8,
ready to taxi.
F4, and remove the chocks. And go nose wheel steering. And we're on our way. So what have we got parked up? That's just F-14s that way, isn't it? So we're going to go down the airfield. Some F-18s here. You'll notice you don't have any of the cleverness in the HUD in an F-14A. There's no airspeed or altitude, it's just a pitch ladder. Whoa! They didn't wait for me, did they? Some F5Es. So as you can see, this is the Nevada scenery pack for DCS, and it's got a study level version or a very, very accurate version of Nellis Air Force Base. And most of the Nellis range. There's an F-15 parked over there, isn't there? You can see it. So while we're taxiing along, should we have a look from outside? Look at the wings swaying around. The physics in this is just crazy. Okay. Okay, I think we just roll onto the runway and it will trigger it. I can't remember. It's so long since I've done this. Yeah, there we go.
Infield 1-1, request takeoff. Enfield 1-1, you are cleared for takeoff when ready. Climb 300 at QFE 28.02.
Gear up. How far away Nellis is already, that's just crazy, isn't it? We are doing Mach 0.9 and accelerating. We're going downhill there, that's half the reason why. And we haven't got the burners on at the moment, so let's go for it. It's shaking. Just gone through the sound barrier. So are we tracking anything on the radar? If we do a slow turn, let's have a look, see if anything appears. We can come in here and go and ask the radar, or you know, ask for a situation report, so we can go. Spotting is what they normally do anyway, so in between doing other jobs, the Rio will be looking around. Yeah, you can see there's something out way ahead of us.
We've got a friendly Bra 005, 56 miles. Angels 18.
So 18,000 feet, 56 miles. We're not going to fly out to him. We're going to come back into Nellis. So I can see the conversation is about how much these things cost. The basic simulator is free, and it comes, as the people have said, with a couple of very basic aircraft. There's a trainer version of the P-51 and the Su-25 Frogfoot that you get for free. The best value pack of aircraft to get for it, if you're not really too interested in study level, is called Flaming Cliffs, and it's a pack with an not a study level, but you know, fully operational A-10, F-15, Su-27, MiG-29 and Su-33. Just trying to see where we are. You can always cheat to an extent in this simulator. I'm just going to trim us up so we're not dropping, and go F10. Okay, so we want to be going the opposite direction than we are going. So if we pull a high G turn, you'll start to see the airframe complaining. If we do that from outside as well. Actually, yeah, you're not going to get so much compressibility of the air at high altitude, obviously, because the air's thinner. If we do that lower down in a few minutes, you'll see the air compressing. So we've turned too much now. Where are we? We're going the right way again, which is good. So you can see there's various different flights around at the moment. Just to give you an idea of the scale of this, this is just one of the maps you can buy. So it's pretty big. It's the whole of the Nellis test range basically. So you've got Groom Lake out there, Tonopah test range. It's good fun. I'd like to see where we are. Can see Nellis down below us now. The city is beneath the clouds over there. Is DCS available on Steam? I believe it is, but there's nothing to stop you getting it from their website, because it's free. It's the aircraft add-ons that are expensive, but they often have sales. So
Okay,
I think.
let's do this.
What's he talking about? Oh, is he on about intercepting something? There's something ahead of us.
We've got a friendly 305, 27 miles, Angels 15.
Should we go and say hello? 15,000 feet. So we're just coming down to 15,000. So if we keep our eye out, I can see we can see them in the distance. I don't know if this will translate on YouTube, but you can see it there. So let's go and intercept them. So you don't get any fancy rectangular boxes in an F-14. You get your eyeballs. So we're accelerating, we're Mach 1.2. We're coming at speed, whatever they are. Get the classic Top Gun shot of us whistling past, ready? They're still out ahead of us. We are doing Mach 1.5. We're probably going to go bingo if I'm not careful. Yeah, look at the fuel's burning away very quickly. Notice the refresh rate on the HUD. That's the technology of the time, I'm afraid. Okay, how far away are they? Not very far at all. What are they? Don't need the burners on. Whatever they are, they're in a wide formation. Oh, they've just turned. I just realised I haven't got the head tilt configured.
Friendlies, F5, 12 o'clock, 2 miles.
So what we can do,
Bingo fuel.
well, that was predictable. Where are we near? We're over towards Groom Lake. Should we go to Groom Lake to land? They might be on their way there, to be honest. There's one of them. It's interesting actually, when you move your head around, it animates the pilot inside as well. How much fuel have we got? We've got enough to get to Groom. Okay. Okay, we'll leave the Tigers to do whatever they were doing. So we want to go about 280 degrees. I'm just looking at the compass here. I think it's out over here. I seem to remember there's a hill next to it. Like I said, I haven't flown this for a very long time. It's funny, as soon as you turn the afterburners off, your fuel lasts an awful lot longer. Yeah, we're heading directly for Groom Lake. Let's slow down. We're just below Mach 1 at the moment. Here it is, underneath the cloud down here, look. And you'll see the long runway out across the lake bed that caused all manner of stories on the internet years ago. So we'll go for the other runway though, probably. Should we see if we can call them up on the radio? See what direction they want us to land. Gotta remember how to do this now.
Infield 1-1, inbound. Infield 1-1, fly heading 155, 412, QFE 25.49, runway 32, departure altitude. Infield 1-1, clear for visual, contact tower. Infield 1-1, request landing.
It's so long since I've had a go at this. Let's turn back in. Look at the speed falling off. Should we ask again for landing clearance?
1-1. Request landing.
Well, we're going to go in anyway, regardless of what they tell us. This is not the normal way to do this, by the way. We're fine. It's a bit late with the clearance, wasn't it? Yeah, we're a bit fast, but we're fine.
The sink rate is too high.
Thankfully we have this enormously long runway. I had to look down then to put the nose wheel steering back on, and I'd forgotten all about it. We're hitting the dirt now. That's what you get for not practicing. And now we're now sliding. Are we going to stop before we get to the end? I wouldn't be surprised if we burst the tyres.
Enfield 1-1. Taxi to parking area.
Yeah, we've damaged the aeroplane. I think we burst the front tyres. Which just shows you have to treat DCS with respect. It's good though, isn't it? A bit too far away to see if there's any spaceships on the ground. I have to try and remember how to do this now. So we could, if we wanted to, it's very cool, isn't it? Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I was just trying this out with the Tobii, to be honest, today. I wasn't going to do a proper flight because it's been so long. I'd have to spend several hours reacquainting myself to do it properly. Because like we didn't get the TACAN working properly. We didn't use the frequencies properly on the radios. There was a lot we didn't do, and obviously the approach was a crazy one. We should have come in about 50 knots slower than we did. But yeah, it's interesting to see. I haven't looked at DCS in a long time. I've forgotten just how good it looks. It's stunning, isn't it? Especially with the study level aircraft. Very, very cool. Obviously you can go outside as well. If we go F4, we can go even closer. There you go. Look down into the engines and if we hold it on the wheel brakes, actually, I'll have to go inside to do that. So let's go and put the parking brake on and try this out. So if you'll get to see this happen. This from further away. We just broke the brakes. I wonder if it will take off. We will lose the canopy.
You're way too fast.
Nope, we've had it.
Yeah, the right elbow.
I guess that's just going to keep going until it runs out of fuel, or the fan blades shatter themselves. Anyway. They have to walk home now, don't they? So there you go, that's DCS. You'll notice in the menus, you get the different sceneries. So we picked Nevada there, you get a number of pre-built missions for each aircraft type you've got. So you can see I've got the F-14, F-16, F-5, F-18. But there's also this fantastic mission builder where you can basically invent whatever scenario you want. So if we were to create a new mission, we can say where in the world it's going to be. So say we did Nevada. We could say we'll just go with the countries on each side that we want. And then you can just go around the map and you can put yourself assets on the ground. So we could put an aeroplane here and say this is of a particular type. The yellow ones are the ones that you can fly. So we could say, you know, we're going to be in an F-18 and that's going to be us. Let me just go and turn that down a bit for you. But yeah, so you can then build out mission profiles for everybody. So yeah, we could have us, for example, going there and there and there, you know, whatever you want to do, but obviously across the whole map. You can also get it to generate a mission. So we could say, generate us a mission. We want to be using the F-15, for example. We'll use the Nevada map. Actually, no, let's use a real world one. So the Marianas Islands. And we'll go with an F-18, maybe. Start from a runway. Enemy skill level, and you can set all of this. And so if we just go generate, it will do what would have taken us hours and hours. So it will get all the assets ready, give them flight plans, missions, put planes in the air, put ground assets in, so tanks, radars, missiles, everything you could, everything you could imagine. So this is going to light the map up. So if we go and edit the mission, we can get to go and have a look at it. So you've now got all these different flights that are coming in, and us as well, and down here you've got assets as well, but most of it's happening over here by the look of it. So it's put some early warning radars in place and all kinds of stuff. Red is the enemy, so we can find out what they are. So we've got some MiG-29s. They're obviously attacking the islands, and we would be defending them, I guess. Su-24s, Su-27s, MiG-27s. So we've got our early warning radars. We've also got our own assets flying in from the other side. So F-18s and so on. So you get, a busy battlefield. And it can be total mayhem. So anyway, we're not going to get into that today. I was just trying out the Tobii Head Tracker. The one thing I didn't try with it, so let's just exit this. The one thing I didn't look at all is if we go into Tobii and go to the Game Hub and choose DCS World, I've got head rotation on. I didn't have head roll switched on, look. So next time I'll have that on, so I'll be able to tilt my head. So it was off by default, probably to make it easier to think about it, but it means I can level the horizon up when you're looking out of the aeroplane, which helps a lot sometimes. Anyway, so it just shows you the level of control you have actually over your head position with the Tobii Head Tracker is fantastic. The amount of fine-tuning you can do. One of the things I did was made the yaw more sensitive, so I could look further with less angle, so I could look behind myself easily. But you can do all of that to your own preferences. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, and I'll see you again soon. So that was good fun.